Beautiful day, and we're in for my trading diary. Well, a trading diary, where I'm going to evaluate myself based on how I think I did as a trader today, and not necessarily on if I made money or not. I don't know if I did. As always, not financial advice. This is me not encouraging you to trade. I would say I generally discourage people from trading. It's super fucking hard and stressful and difficult, but it's a worthy pursuit if you like a challenge. Hang tight for a moment. Let's get it. So as much as possible, I'm trying to evaluate my trading based on, did I follow my rules and processes and intentions? Not how did I do. I don't know how I did today. I do know that I didn't repeat the mistake that I made 3 times in the past week, although I may have made mistakes. I'm not entirely sure yet. But the mistake was entering before a daily candle, or too far before one. I didn't do that. I didn't enter a Bitcoin trade until ETH until after 1. So my plan was to start the morning, I don't want to be FOMO, think about whatever I could have done in past days, put it behind me, just go into chart analysis and stay busy for the day. So go into chart analysis, start the day by doing Forex and indices with the intention of I'm going to trade Forex on my FTMO because of the leverage will make it easier to pass when I'm in drawdown or when I'm just in general, getting 10R in a month is a grind. It's definitely possible, but getting 5R with high consistency is easy. So if I can risk more, and I can't necessarily do that with Bitcoin and ETH, right? I might want to, but I kind of actually wish I had taken full risk on the ETH one instead, but oh well, I didn't know how ETH was going to set up. So I did that, and then part of my plan as well was to avoid entering early, go do some ocean sports around 11 o'clock, and I did. I went surfing. Oh, the surf wasn't great, but I was able to catch a little bit of surf between 11 and 12. So I'm really happy with that. It felt great. Yeah. Now, those are things that I did well. So on the trades themselves, I don't really like how much I risked on my Forex trade. First off, I took a reasonable risk on my FTMO account, but in my risk calculation I made an error and it made my size 50% bigger than I intended, but then I didn't do anything about it, and I'm just like, well, if the trade works, it's going to be a fucking banger now. And then I also took the trade in my personal account, which I don't know that I love. I need to really get better at trading Forex. It's not the same as Bitcoin and ETH. They behave differently, and I don't have as much experience. I have a feel with Bitcoin and ETH. I've been trading them. I've been watching Bitcoin's daily price action since 2020. It's been over 3 years now, and I have a special feel for crypto at this point. I don't have that with Forex. It moves different. So I took a short, and yeah, I kind of wish my system was better, and it will get better, but I don't need to risk real money to do it. There was some conflict where it looked like the dollar has more downside, but it looked like a lot of the dollar pairs also had downside, so I guess considering the confusion, maybe I should not have traded. But when I look at, say, GBP and the euro, both on today's candle took out yesterday's high and fell under, and also took out the previous day's high and fell under that one as well. So that is a good possible sign of reversal. The candle didn't turn red, it stayed green, which isn't the best, but it did leave a pretty big wick. Now, what I liked about GBP is that on the weekly as well, it had taken out, we're in an area of where we rejected 3 times and fallen down, or 2 times before, and we took the most recent high on the weekly. I don't remember when it was. It was, I think, early this year or sometime last year. Sometime late last year. But we took out, and that tells you I need to know, like, I need to be super fucking intimate with this price action, be able to draw the charts. That's what I want. Like with Bitcoin and ETH, I can tell you a lot of the time what happened on April 3rd, what happened on April 5th, so on. Like, this is where I need to get to. And it's not just from spending a lot of time, but it's from day by day by day by day, right? So we'll get there. And yeah, we will get there. Now, GBP took out an old weekly and was falling under it. Now, it's had like 6 or 7 straight green weeks. So, but there have been good shorts in there. And to me, I see the possibility of a short. Now, if we've already fallen a ways from the high of the move, so it's not on a weekly, it's counter trend. On a daily, I'm shorting a green day, but we've had, like, before that 3 red days as well. And yeah, maybe I don't really love that trade, but I took it, and my plan for the day was to trade Forex and then to go surfing and then to trade crypto, so I can feel good about following my plan. And I didn't really break any rules on risk. I just feel a little bit uneasy because I don't know that I have a huge edge with Forex like I know I have a huge edge with crypto. You know, it's kind of crazy coming in. My first 2 euro trades was a plus 15R, and my first 2 Forex trades was a plus 15R and a plus 8R, which is insane. Like, some of my best trades ever were my first 2 trades, but it hasn't. I need more time to build that confidence. I've lost mostly since then. Now, the ETH trade is interesting. So, Ethereum and Bitcoin. Bitcoin had a big green day on the prior day, and this day was a small green day with a big wick. If this was last year, after the big green day, I would have put on a limit order to short my daily exhaustion system. That would have filled and not been stopped out on today's price action, which is not a good sign for continuation. Although we did not sweep the previous days, we're comfortably above it. However, on the 12-hour, we did put in a wick that swept the previous 12-hour high. So there is a wick on the chart you can see, and then another wick that sweeps that wick. So that's the first sign of reversal. However, I'm not interested in shorting Bitcoin. It's too early. I don't have a signal. It's too strong. Bitcoin dominance is trending higher. However, I'm quite interested in ETH. ETH today actually swept the previous day, left a nice wick, and is a big red day. So ideally, this is maybe where I'm making an error as well. I want confluence between Bitcoin and ETH that they both signaling short. Well, Bitcoin's signaling short on 12-hour. ETH is signaling short on daily. Here's where it gets really interesting with ETH and why I like the ETH short. A couple reasons. So first is that if you look at the ETH BTC chart on the weekly, there's a trend line. It's broken a weekly trend line going back 3 years. It bounced once, it bounced twice, it bounced 3 times. It cut right through. And it looks like possibility of a free fall down below. Now the timing is perfect for So there's a high time frame, extreme, profound weakness in ETH, where it looks bearish on the monthly, bearish on the weekly, bearish on the daily, relatively to Bitcoin. And it could bounce. It could bounce here, of course, but it has been moving strongly down. It hasn't swept any level. It's been hour after hour red. Now, tomorrow is the much-awaited Shanghai upgrade to ETH, and what that will do is it will allow people who staked with proof of stake to withdraw their ETH. They can now withdraw. So people have had staked ETH that they cannot touch for 2 years. Some of them, the average holder is down $1,000. The average ETH was staked at 3,000, and the price is a little under 2,000. It's around 1,800, 1,900. These people, for 2 years, prices are so far underwater. I saw one analyst said, well, people don't normally sell at a loss, so the fact that they can withdraw 100,000 ETH a day, which is $380 million a day in sell pressure, potentially billions in sell pressure, potentially. One of my most memorable, painful, and worst trading experiences was when I staked Bitcoin for 3 months. I staked him around $48,000, and over those 3 months, price went as low to the low 20s, and it was an extremely painful process. Down 20, 40, 80, 60, $80,000 on that trade. Crazy, one of my worst trades ever. Well, it wasn't really a trade. Like, I would have sold if I could, but I staked him, right? Staked him, locked into a contract impulsively, couldn't get out. Well, it wasn't impulsive, but it was just a poor choice. So, what did I do? The day it unlocked, I counted down the days to unlocked, and I dumped it on the market for a fat loss. So, there's been people waiting for years to sell their ETH. They need the money, and it's such a fat loss, and it's so traumatic. They'll never stake it again. They just want their fucking money, and they're waiting in line, and they're gonna queue up, and they're gonna sell. So I know because I've been there. This is the mass unlock where finally after 2 years you can sell at a fat loss, but at least it's fucking over. So I took an ETH short, always with a stop loss. Not even necessarily the best risk reward on this one, but we have a short signal on the daily. Bitcoin would have filled my daily exhaustion system and produced a short on the 12-hour. Also, ETH has profound weakness on the ETH BTC chart, high time frame breakdown, and not just a narrative, but a supply and demand catalyst to dump the price tomorrow. So I took the short. I think that one is fine. I like that one a lot more than my GBP USD short, which has no narrative, has no fundamental. I don't really know. I thought the chart pattern was okay. I kind of don't like it, and I think if I have an opportunity to close it in some kind of a profit, I probably will. And just wait for something better. But I do want to let it run because I trust my analysis. And at the time, it's like this looks like in thousands of hours of price action, this looks like it has a good chance of going this way. And if it does, then the risk reward is quite good too. So next up for me also is if I'm trying to just trade daily signals, it doesn't benefit me to look at the chart. So I don't want to ruin my mood to see that I've lost. I don't need to boost my mood when I'm in a good mood. So the next move for me is to go play basketball for a couple hours and just not think about it for a while. But this is my diary dump. If you guys are watching, if you actually watch these videos, I don't really care. I'm not doing this for anyone. I don't really care. But if you actually watch these videos, leave a comment, because I do look at comments just out of curiosity. Curious. Let me know. Home sweet home. Right, honey? Here we go. Home sweet home. So, overall, I give myself maybe a B on the day. Like, I'm really happy that I stuck with my plan of trading Forex in the morning, waiting on crypto, and going and doing an ocean sport activity in the late morning. I did that, so that's great. That was the mission of the day. I just don't really feel good about trading Forex with live funds, yet I did it anyways. I wasn't going to, but then I was going to just do it in my FTMO, which I'm okay with. But I could have taken big risk on that ETH trade. Like, I should, yeah. I'm just gonna leave it, but I could have just taken big risk on that ETH trade instead with a wide stop, and I would have liked that more, because I like that trade a lot more. But we'll see how that turns out for me. I don't really like the. It's not that I don't like the trade. It's just that I don't feel super confident. And why am I trading if I don't feel super confident? You know, like, I feel... Well, part of it is it just immediately went against me. It was holding against me, but it was only holding like 10 to 20% of my stop against me. But I don't know, we'll see. I mean, I can evaluate on... Yeah. Another thought is that... Come on, dog. Come here. Thank you. Okay, the thought that I just don't trade. I shouldn't trade, right? Some days I won't trade. Like, I'm gonna take a trade most days. It's okay. It's not an addiction or a compulsion. It's like, it's my job. It's my goal to be consistent. Right? It is my goal to be consistent. Being consistent, to me, is making money most days, or having a chance of making money most days, making money most weeks. If I don't see a high probability setup, I won't take it. But between Bitcoin, ETH, and the Forex markets, I should be able to see a high probability setup on most days, and just take one to two trades a day max. But I should be able to, yeah, I should be able to do that. And that's part of the goal as well, is I want to take a trade every day, because I want to, at the end of the week, have a sample of 7 trades, so that I have a chance, so that I'm profitable every week, right? Maybe one day I didn't see anything, and I didn't like what I saw and didn't take it, but I think that's important. Anyways, much love. Thanks for watching, those of you who did, and peace.